It also reminds me of like, you know, with being intuitive, my kids also need to develop their own choice system and like figuring out what they like. So what we do in our house right now is we have bins, and each bin, instead of it being labeled chips or cookies or whatever else, we have bins that are labeled crunchy, sweet, fresh, and we have crunchy, sweet, fresh, and squishy. So that's how we do our lunches. So it lets her choose what she wants. So like what's in the squishy is we've got yogurt, we've got applesauce, we've got pudding, you know, we've got all these different squishies. Then fresh is like a clementine or a apple or grapes or strawberries. And then crunchy would be like popcorn, like a small popcorn bag, or Cheez-Its or crackers, something like that. And then sweet would be a cookie or those fruit roll-ups or, you know, something of that sort. And so she knows that if you're making yourself a snack, I'd like you to have one of each of those things, you know, so you can play with textures, you can choose whatever you want out of those bins. So if you've had one thing for a while, you can switch it up. So she always has ownership over what she's eating, but she understands that it needs to have a variety versus the same all the time. Am I ruining her? Tell me.
No, I actually love that. I help parents say all the time as opposed to saying like yummy or good or bad. Like that's like diet culture. We say it all the time, right? Like this is healthy or unhealthy.
Yeah.
I always say, let's start labeling the food what it is. Crunchy, sweet. And a lot of times, honestly, parents say to me like, I don't actually know how to describe this. Like, how would you describe this?
Because we weren't raised with these things.
Right. You know, like they're like, how would I describe a blueberry? I'm like, think like when you feel it, like let's get in touch with how it feels. Like, okay, so it might be a squishy food or it might be a chewy food, but helping our kids be able to describe it that way is the best way for them to understand food, understand their body, and be able to make their own choices, because we don't want them to make choices based on what we project on them, because if they're doing that, that means anyone on a diet, any commercial, any influence in their life will be able to influence them. We want them to make decisions based on how they feel inside.
Oh, this is so good. I am going to treat myself to a latte from their therapy budget. So we keep a college fund and a therapy fund for our children. Anytime I hear that I'm doing something right, I take $20 out of the therapy fund. Y'all don't need it. Mom got it right. Like, this is amazing. Amazing. I love this.